As the 22nd session of the United Nations Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues winds down this week, Maasai representatives hope their pleas are heard and their safety secured. ICT's Stuart Huntington has more from New York.
Maasai leaders want the world's help. They want Tanzania to end efforts to oust them off traditional grazing lands the government says are needed in part for wildlife preservation. The Maasai delegation raised their voices at the UN last week, then got scared.
So the people are not safe, especially the leaders, us who are here in New York, and those who are at the home are not safe.
They said they were photographed by Tanzanian officials and felt intimidated because of what they say is a checkered history. They grew cautious and agreed to speak with ICT News only on the condition of anonymity and not on the grounds of the United Nations.
This is just nothing but land grabbing. Land grabbing in the name of conservation and protected areas, which have been used to displace thousands of people. It is worse than the white colonization of the British and the Germans.
Okay, I have to ask you to come back to that. This is worse than the Germans and the British.
This is worse than the German and British colonial period in Tanzania. This is worse.
It's a crisis, and the Tanzanian government does not appear to be responding to the pleas of the Maasai. And so they have been trying to get the international community to pay attention. So now some of them have come here to tell the story and try to get dialogue going with the Tanzanian government to find a solution to this. And that makes many of us concerned about their safety when they return home.
The Maasai UN delegation has asked the Permanent Forum for an official statement. They want more.
We need beyond a statement. We need action, not just statements. We are dealing with a brutal government. We are dealing with a government which is very undemocratic. We are dealing with a government that have no doesn't respect the rule of law. It's a government that operates under impunity, the culture of impunity. The government that does not respect the court decisions. And this is why global solidarity is critically, very urgently needed to save our people.
Who vow to remain on their lands.
We are not moving out of the land because the land belongs to us. So we are not moving and we are not going anywhere. Let them use the military, let them use the police, but we are not moving.
At the United Nations, Stuart Huntington, ICT News.
The Tanzanian government says it follows national and international laws and maintains there are no indigenous people in the country. It calls the relocations voluntary and necessary.